Hey everyone, good evening. I'm Chief Meteorologist Darrell Winninger from the Central Oregon Daily Weather Center, and there's a lot happening across the high desert through the next several days, so we're going to take a deep dive into your most reliable forecast. First, we are starting off with this chance of severe weather on the other side of the Cascades. There is still a chance that we could get some thunderstorms through the Tri-County area, but the bulk of the activity has already been west of the mountains. So we have this low chance of thunderstorm activity through this evening. Then it gets gustier, cooler. Mountain snow is on the way. We're going from record-breaking warmth across the high desert to below average for this time of the year. So we're going to take this deep dive into your most reliable forecast, show you what's been happening and what's going to happen through Central Oregon. Let's start off with the big talker of the Pacific Northwest. There is a threat of severe weather through the I-5 corridor, going from about Everett all the way down to right around Roseburg, and that's a slight risk of severe weather. Now, already today, there have been showers and thunderstorms on the other side of the Cascades, but we're going to take our time, work this out, and look at what's been happening, because at the moment, there's only a severe thunderstorm watch. There are no warnings as of yet. That could have changed. We'll get to it in just a few minutes. Right now, we have a whole lot of cloud cover through Central Oregon, and we haven't seen too much in the way of precipitation for the high desert yet. Looking at roads, most of them are dry. A couple of them we see some faint shadows, meaning that there are some in and out clouds, and even through the passes, dry roads. Here's what's going on. Current radar does show there are a few sprinkles coming to our side of the Cascades, one just outside of Madras and another one going through Warm Springs, and this is just the beginning of an active pattern that takes us through the next several days and through some whirlwind of changes. And when we go ahead and just take a tour around the state, what we're seeing is right here we can see where that severe thunderstorm watch is, and that spans a good portion from right around Junction City all the way up into Washington. And it's a watch, it's not a warning, and so far we haven't had any warned cells on the other side of the Cascades. We're going to go down all the way to Roseburg, because that's about where we had that slight risk of severe weather. There are some cells that look like they're going to soon be capable of producing a little bit of lightning further to the south, closer to Grants Pass and Eagle Point, but so far haven't seen anything when it comes to lightning detection. And moving up a little bit further through Eugene, Harrisburg, Corvallis, Salem, just scattered showers at the moment. If we go a little further north around the greater Portland area, there is a cell that is halfway between Portland and Hood River that's capable of producing frequent lightning, as well as another one right around Astoria. And some of these have been pushing a little further to the north just at the beginning of this loop. It looks like that one cell started just to the southeast of Tillamook and it's been trekking to the north. But so far, we haven't had any warnings issued, and this severe weather watch goes all the way up to just south of Everett, north of Seattle in Washington. And even in their neck of the woods, we don't have too much in the way of very strong thunderstorms. There are only a couple of cells that we're continuing to track, and as of right now for the Tri-County area, just a couple of showers. Now, winds are gusty for most, and here through the next couple of days, strong winds continue, but bigger changes are on the way. So just taking another quick look at the satellite and radar, we have a whole lot of cloud cover, a little bit of sprinkle activity, and those thunderstorms are on the other side of the Cascades. Looking at the bigger picture, this is all part of a system that's rolling into the region, and this will be the first of two fronts that are pushing through during the next couple of days. The second one, part of the same system, and I'll explain that here in the next couple of minutes. But as of right now, nothing severe, a couple strong thunderstorms, and there could be a risk of hail with one or two of them, but that's outside of the Tri-County area. Now, when we look at the bigger picture even more, we start to see that system that's well out over the Pacific Ocean still, and this is the one that's bringing the cold front through the region tonight. This low is going to have a little spin-off cold front develop, and that is going to be what pushes through later on during the work week. But as of right now, this looks like a pretty strong mid-latitude cyclone, and it's continuing to develop, so it's not quite done just yet. When we look at the forecast model, we see that it's already started to spin off that weak cold front, or trough really, but it is going to act like a cold front as it pushes through Thursday night going into Friday. Here through the rest of this evening, we are looking at some scattered showers with a chance of a few thunderstorms potentially, and then going forward through the overnight hours, snow levels start to drop when this cold front rolls inland, and we are are expecting some mountain snow, but rain in the lower elevations. Winds stay gusty for many of us through tonight. By Thursday, we're looking at a brief break between fronts. Remember that it's all the same system, and that next cold front is just offshore. We can actually see the tip of that surface analysis right here. Here's the leading edge of that next cold front just above the camera that shows my face, and then that pushes in during the afternoon and evening hours, so more rain. But look at this, snow levels already so low that we're looking at snow in the Cascades, and that's going to continue to drop that snow level. And so we go from rain in the lower elevations to some snow showers, and on the back side of this, by Friday, we're looking at some lingering moisture because that system is fizzling out, and we are expecting some rain and snow showers in the lower elevations. Some of that moisture lingers into Saturday, but really Saturday, in and out clouds are expected, and it's going to be much cooler. Just focusing on lightning with this system that's pushing through today, there are a couple cells that are going to be capable of producing a little bit of hail during the next hour or so, but this is just one of the forecast models, and I think this one's even overdoing it. Where you're seeing the red, that's where some lightning's going to be possible. It looks like a few spots over the Tri-County area could get some thunderstorm potential, but when it comes to the potential for hail, that's mostly going to be south of Baker City, well to the north of Madras. Still looks like that might be around Shaniko, just over the reservation, but the bulk of our heavier thunderstorms, our stronger thunderstorms, still well out on the other side of the Cascades, on the west slopes of the mountains. And when it comes to a few other things, we are tracking that mid-level rotation, and for the most part, there's a cell that's just south of Salem that could be producing some of that, but really here in the next couple of hours, it's staying on the other side of the Cascades. And so what that means for us is the biggest change up is some showers with strong winds, and winds have been strong, not just gusty, but hold on to your hat strong, and they're gusting between 30 and almost 40 miles per hour for most of the Tri-County area. This is going to continue. Tonight, wind speeds taper off a little bit. They get even stronger through the day tomorrow. And actual winds are at the moment between 15 and 25 miles per hour coming out of the southwest. And when it comes to our wind trend, this meteogram actually shows everything to the left of that white line that says 4:45 p.m. That is observed. It's already happened. Everything to the right of it, that's forecast, and that's what we're looking at. So around sunset, we're getting a bigger dip in those wind speeds, bringing us back down to a light breeze. It's going to be breezy at times through the overnight hours, but tomorrow those wind speeds crank back up after sunrise. Really during the late morning and midday hours, that's when it's just going to be gusty across central Oregon, and winds stay breezy for most of us overnight, even gusty at times Thursday night. By Friday, still breezy, still gusty for many of us during the afternoon hours. So the next couple of days, whole lot of wind. More moisture is expected, more precipitation, and a few spots could get a couple of light totals. And when it comes to totals, we're not looking at too much ultimately, but we are going to go ahead and I'll pull one of the forecast models up for you because it does show that there are going to be some light totals. But remember, we're going so much back and forth from rain to snow that in the lower elevations, I'm not expecting anything to stick. I'm even expecting a little bit more melting through the Cascades because just tonight alone until 7 a.m., it's all rain. And then through the day tomorrow, it's mostly rain showers, but by the, I'd say during the afternoon, those snow levels falling on the backside of our cold front, we begin to see a little bit of light accumulation in the lower elevations and in the higher elevations. Through the rest of this event, all the way until Saturday at 11 p.m., whole lot of rain for most of central Oregon, a trace to maybe 2 inches, so less than 2 inches in the lower elevations. And remember the back and forth, not expecting too much to stick, but even more in the Cascades. Also remember through the Cascades, we're losing a lot because of melting tonight with rain and temperatures that are going to be above freezing, and the up and down in temperatures the next couple of days. It's going to be getting back down to below average for this time of the year, but that's still well above freezing. And so I do think these numbers in the Cascades are overdoing it just a little bit. Meanwhile, look at this. You're going to love this. Today, temperatures topped out well into the 70s with 82 degrees in Warm Springs. So let's look at some records. Bend, very close. Very close in Bend. Our record high is 78. We got to 77 degrees. Redmond, new record high. Madras, new record high. Prineville, just a couple degrees shy. Sun River, and sisters both have new record high temperatures. So today was another round of record-breaking temperatures. We're going from record-breaking temps to below average for this time of the year during the next couple of days. Let's talk temperatures. Right now we're in the 70s with a few 60s, still 82 degrees in Warm Springs, but that actually puts us between 4 degrees warmer and 5 degrees cooler than we were 24 hours ago. The next few days, we see this huge drop off in temperatures. Today, the average high temperature was right around 77, 78 degrees. By Friday, we're going to be at 51 degrees. So that's a huge dip in temperatures already. Look, between today and tomorrow, that's losing 20 degrees. And so we're talking 25 to 35 to 30 degrees cooler by Friday. Gusty winds are expected, more showers in the forecast, and even some snow showers expected late Friday into the weekend. And for tonight, we are expecting some showers, a few thunderstorms still possible, lows in the 40s with some 30s out there. But look at this, Thursday, yeah, we're getting back to near average for this time of the year. It's going to be much cooler, highs in the 50s with a few 60s. I actually wouldn't be surprised if a couple spots didn't even top out in the 50s and we had a couple 40s left on the map. So here is your 7-day planner for Central Oregon. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, an active weather pattern, very strong wind, showers expected, mountain snow in the forecast, and we are expecting a few light totals in the lower elevations, less than 2 inches. Nothing to get excited about, but just know that there is a chance of some accumulation. By Saturday, a little bit of a break between systems, some early sprinkles and flurries in the higher elevations, giving way to sunshine, then another system Sunday, Monday, another system Tuesday, Wednesday, and by then the temperatures are mostly going to be in the 50s and 40s. Sunday we see a little bit of a rebound before that second system rolls in, or the second active weather pattern begins, and it's still going to be breezy, but even 57, that's only bringing us up to average for this time of the year. But that is the latest in weather. Join us tonight on Central Oregon Daily News. We'll have the latest headlines and your most reliable forecast, but just a quick rundown. Our weather headlines: a very low chance of some thunderstorms this evening, not looking at the risk of severe weather at this point. Gusty, cooler, and mountain snow is going to be the leading headline through the next several days, and we're getting a big drop in temperatures, going from record-breaking to below average and losing 25 to 30 degrees in a matter of 48 hours. That's it. We will see y'all later, and if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. I'm going to be coming back periodically to check in, answer any questions you might have, and I can throw some extra graphics in there if needed. But that's it for now. Join us tonight. We'll see you in just a couple of minutes on ABC. That's at 5 and 11 on ABC, and at 6, 7, and 11 on CBS. We'll see you then.